Hello, Tishies. How are you? Good evening to you. Welcome. Welcome this evening. Welcome. Hey, just be real. Hey, Miss Shirley, how are you? Thank you for being here. Hi, Diane. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Miss Diane. Hey, Erica, how are you doing? How are you doing? Welcome. Hey there, Miss Atkins. How are you doing? TTVB. How are you? Hi, King Diamond. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And Glenda, I think the invoice that I sent you, I think you can pay on it like that. Just go and check and let me know. But I think you can pay on it like that because it doesn't give me an option to break it down in increments. So just go check your invoice. You should be able to pay in increments on there. Hi, B. Harrison. How are you? Hi, Vanessa. Hey, Erica Ford. How are you? Eric Ford. Sorry about that. How are you? Now remember, you guys, I have to click back and forth from my live over to my Instagram because I can't. It's not on the same screen. So, and one of them is delayed. Hi there, Christopher. How are you doing, sir? Thank you so much for joining me. Hi, Queen Sunshine. Hi, Kira. How is everyone doing? And just as we're starting, let me just announce tonight is March 3rd, 2024. It is 8:13 Pacific Standard Time, which means it is approximately 10:13 Central Standard Time and 11:13 Eastern Time. For those people that are coming back to the replay, if you heard me say that, and this is not the date and time that I just stated, you are watching a replay. And so a lot of people get on the replay and they're angry with me because I won't say hello to them. It's probably because I'm not live anymore. So those of you watching the replay, if it's not 8:14, now 8:14 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, add 2 hours for Central Standard Time, add 3 hours for Eastern Standard Time. If it's not that time, I am not live. It is a replay. For those of you that are on right now and I'm talking, I am on live. And so thank you so much for being here. Hi, Betty McGee. How are you? And hi, Jen. How are you doing? Thank you so much. I'm so glad you're here for the first time. I hope you enjoy yourself. I'm not going to keep you guys long because I'm sleepy. And I'm still trying to catch up. I'm still trying to catch my momentum, y'all. I'm trying to catch my momentum. I'm sorry I wasn't able to come on the last 2 weeks. The last 2 weeks I was with Apostle Helen Sadler, your destiny helper. She had events going on. We had a conference, it was a master class, called Boss Moves. If anybody is in business, if anybody has a business or anybody, career business, you're building a business, you don't want to miss that. You can email her at Helen at I think it's Apostle Helen at gmail.com and let her know that you would like to pay for that. It's $40, but it's a whole hour at the hour or more. And I'm telling you, you don't want to miss it. Now, that price is a cheap price. I don't think the next time to be that cheap, but if just email her, let her know that you want that class. And I'm telling you, you're going to have a breakthrough because, those of you that are building businesses or wanting businesses, that class, you don't want to miss it. And then the following week, we had something going on that Saturday as well. So sometimes when there's multiple things going on the weekend, sometimes I can't come on Sundays. Next week we have some guests coming, so I have to gauge it to see if I can come on. But February, March has been a very busy month for us. So please forgive me if I'm not on, every Sunday right now in the beginning because of the fact that she has events going on. She has events going on at this particular time. And so whenever she has events going on, usually I am there. Not usually, I am there. I am at the events, okay? And so those of you, hello, Elijah Muhammad, how are you? Hi, Battle, how are you doing? Thank you so much for being here. So those of you, thank you so much for being here. My moderator is going to take care of you. Hi, Kimberly Hope. Is Kimberly Hope? Yeah, hi. And official Queen Queen Foon and Harmony. Hi, how are you doing? Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much. Instagram, if I don't comment right away, is because you're on a different screen. Okay. Now I have to click back and forth on a different screen. So let's get started so we don't keep you guys waiting. I know some of you guys like you take too long in your salutation. It's my channel. That's what I do. And I like to say hello to everybody because some of you guys I haven't seen in a while. And so I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for being here. So tonight I'm going to talk about the narcissist triangulation. A lot of you guys have experienced that. A lot of you guys have been through that. Um, a lot of you guys have been through that. But what is the narcissist triangulation? What's the psychology behind it? Well, usually when you're talking about, and triangulation doesn't have to be just with a narcissist, it can be with a manipulative person. Manipulative people like to triangulate with people. Number one, a lot of times to prove themselves. Hey, Sarah, how are you? Hey, girl, hey. But a lot of times, when you have manipulative people, they will pull a third party in. And we're talking about narcissists, but I'm talking about in general as well. When you're dealing with manipulative people, a lot of times they like to pull a third person in to kind of co-sign on what they're saying. Not only, hey, Sharima, not only to just co-sign, but a lot of times it's that power and control. They like to have power and control, and they like to manipulate. I'm looking down at some of my notes, okay? And what they do is the third party person serves as, hold on, let me look. That third party serves as a tool. So it is a tool within this game of chess that the narcissist is playing, right? Hi, Dolores. But the third party becomes a tool in this game that the narcissist is playing, right? And the whole point of the triangulation oftentimes is to tear down your self-esteem. Is to tear down your self-esteem, is to cause you to question yourself, but is also to be bullied by a third party. Now, this is how it works, right? So let's say that narcissist gets a new supply and you don't even realize you've been discarded at this point. You're being discarded. You don't realize that you're totally discarded. Or let's say you got kids by this person. So you still have to stay in contact, with the best way that you can. They'll pull that third party in. That third party almost becomes like a flying monkey, basically a flying monkey. But what they'll do is as you know, that's where that smear campaign comes in. And that's where that projection comes in. That narcissist will project all their bad attributes and put it on you. And they put it on you, and then they tell this new supply or this third party. And a lot of times when they're smear campaigning, that's what they're doing. They're triangulating. But what they do is they tell this individual all these horrible things about you. And 9 times out of 10, the horrible is pieces and parts of you, but all these horrible things is usually them projecting their own self on you and telling this person that it is all you. You're this type of person. You're the horrible baby mama or the baby daddy. You're this person that's irresponsible with finances. You're the person that likes drama. You're the person that cheats. All the things that they may do is all the things that they'll take and they'll put it on you, and they tell this new supply, or it doesn't have to be a new supply, but they tell this third person all this. So what happens while they're supposedly developing a rapport with this new person, or this new person feels like they're spilling their heart and they're being honest and they're telling you all these personal things about them, and you feel special because this narcissist is telling you all these things, all these personal things, and they're so dramatic and they're so charismatic and so kind, and they're spilling their heart, and I'm so heartbroken. Now they're telling them all the places where you have been heartbroken, but they're taking those emotions and they're taking them as their own, and they're telling this third party how they feel. They're taking your words and using it how they feel and how hurt they were, and all the horrible things that you do, all the things that they do, now you do, and then all your emotions about how hurt you were, all of a sudden is their emotions, is how hurt they were. So what usually happens with this third person? Well, this third person begins to look at this narcissist as poor baby, this poor thing, this humble individual. This person entrusted me, and I think it's only right for me to protect them. And this horrible, wicked witch of the West, or this horrible human being, this man, this whoever it may be. I can't believe that you would treat someone so sweet and so wonderful like this. And so, guess what? They have created an alliance with this third person. So now you got this third person that is willing to, if they frog you, they're going to jump. And no matter what the narcissist says, obviously it must be true, and you're this horrible person. So let's just look over at the new supply for a minute. So now you have this new supply that doesn't have a problem saying whatever they want to say to you. And you're thinking to yourself, like, what did I do to you? Why are you so hateful or so nasty? Or why are you so disrespectful? And you already know that if this new supply or this third person is handling you like that, is because of what this narcissist said to them. Now, the narcissist is talking to you and telling you, I didn't say anything. If that's what they see, that's what they see. Or they may tell you things about this person. Neither one of you know each other, but now they're talking to you and they're telling you negative stuff about this individual, right? So what they're doing is, number one, they're also causing, let me look at my notes, they're causing competition. Hold on, let me look. Competition, jealousy, and insecurity. And it may be on the victim. But I'm gonna show you how what's the word I'm looking for? I'm gonna show you just how low down these narcissists are. So with this new supply or with this third person, you know, they're revving them up, getting them to hate you and to dislike you. They don't know anything about you. They're going by what this narcissist says. That's why I tell you guys, they may have been dirty at what they did, but I guarantee you that that new supply, unless you personally know them and they're dirty too, the new supply doesn't know anything about you. And so it's horrible for the new supply to dislike you because they really don't even know the narcissist. And so it's best for you as the old supply not to say a word, because there's going to come a time where that new supply is going to start questioning the truth behind what this narcissist is saying, because they're going to start picking up on some things that is not normal, that'll make you start thinking like, are you sure you're talking about the old supply, or are you sure you're not talking about you? Because all of a sudden they're going to start, all these things that they're saying, you're going to start noticing that this is like, wait a minute, you keep saying this your ex-wife, your ex-husband, your ex-boyfriend, whoever, but you're starting to display a lot of those traits that you're talking about. And that new supply may start questioning it. But at that particular time, that new supply has now created an alliance, is trauma bonded or is being trauma bonded, love bombed and trauma bonded, and they have to protect their little asset. This is their beautiful golden little egg, the narcissist. I have to protect this narcissist at all costs because I've never felt this way before. So I have to protect him or her. And so whatever this evil old supply says, however this old supply has done, or this old supply has said or done, this is evil, so I'm gonna fight. And a lot of times those narcissists, being as weak and as feeble as they are, and as cowardly as they are, allow that new supply to fight on their behalf, so that when you question them, they're like, I don't have anything to do with that. They have their own mind, you know. But I'm gonna show you just how dirty they are, because now think about it. The old supply, you're insecure. You're looking, now you're comparing, because that narcissist is going to tell you all the wonderful things about this new supply, all the things that they wanted you to be, all the things that you wanted to lose weight, you wanted to gain weight, you wanted to do this, you wanted to do that, and they'll rub in your face all these qualities on this new supply, or this third person. They'll rub it all in your face, all the things he or she has that you don't have and you wanted or you dreamed of, or education, finances, certain job, your length of hair, size of body, big or small, they rub that in your face to make you feel bad. So now you're jealous and you're insecure because everything that you wanted to try to be, they're holding it against you, because this new supply is everything they ever wanted. Your mind is really set. They finally found everything that they've ever wanted. No, they didn't. They just found a replacement for the moment. But they're a narcissist, and they're a narcissist, and they're a narcissist. They're never satisfied, and it doesn't matter who they go to. It's always the new shiny toy. So it doesn't matter. It's a new shiny toy. That's all it is. Now, the thing about it is that what you don't realize is happening as well with that new supply is that they're also creating insecurity in the new supply. Because even though they're smearing your name, Even though they're trying to make you look bad, there are certain things that they're saying to the new supply to cause them to go look at you, because that new supply now is wondering who you are. There's certain things that they'll say. He or she is like this, and he or she is like this, and whatever, whatever. And yeah, they have a whatever degree, they have this type of car, whatever, but it was because of me. But they'll say certain things, and it's little things that they say to this new supply to make that new supply insecure. She or he still wants me. Or they may slip up and say, they may be a mess. I don't have anything to do with them. But what they don't understand is I love them. That was my first love, and I always loved them. No, they don't. They don't love anybody. But they'll tell this new supply, I'll always love them. That's one thing. And whatever my child needs, or, if they need something, I'll do it for them. Or they may talk bad about you, but whenever they need to gain control over that new supply, they'll throw little things out there to cause that new supply to be insecure over that old supply. And what happens is sometimes the old supply and the new supply finally find each other, and they're going at it. They have something negative to say. They text, they call, they may show up somewhere, they may have some negative to say, and that narcissist sits back, because remember, all of this is fuel. All of this is fuel. So for those of you that are old supply, do know that in the midst of this triangulation, they're also using you to make the new supply jealous. And it may not just be the new supply, it could be people in the office, it could be people that you may have suspected the narcissist to have been with. Maybe they weren't with them, or you're suspecting, and all of a sudden they'll make sure that they bring that in your face. I wasn't with them, but I'm trying to get with them now. So if they just give me a moment of time, a cup of coffee, anything, I'll make sure to post it. They post things, but they get you because they want you to act out of character. They want you to act out of character because they've already said things about you. So when you're acting out of character, you're falling into the game and this picture they have painted about you. So they can say, I told you. And your best bet, old supply, discarded supply, your best bet is sometimes you got to pick your battles wisely. Not everything that they do, not everything you say requires you to say something. It doesn't require you to fight back. You got to remember, if you know that this person either has narcissistic traits or is a narcissist, because remember, we don't diagnose them. The thing about it is that it's best for you not to say anything, because they're saying a lot. They're saying a lot. And your best bet to save yourself and your reputations is not to say nothing at all. And you don't have to concern yourself with they're making me look bad, because I promise you, some of you guys believe in karma. What comes around goes around. I believe in the Bible. The Bible says, do not be fooled. God will not be mocked. So what a man sows, that is what he's going to reap. People reap what they sow. If you reap good seed, you're going to get good harvest. If you reap bad seed, you're going to reap bad harvest. You got to remember that a narcissist does not always win at the game. Sometimes we have to learn when to be quiet, when to shut our mouth. Most of us are so accustomed to protecting ourselves. Most of us are so accustomed to what the young people say, popping off at the mouth. Most of us, I'm gonna make sure I'm hurt. But see, that it makes us look stupid when we do that. You don't ever go down to their level. And some people say, but it feels good. It feels good momentarily, but later on you're gonna regret what you did. I don't regret nothing. Okay, but you're falling into their game. And your best bet is not to say nothing at all. You don't have to say anything at all. You don't have to. Every battle is not meant to be fought. And a narcissist, when they triangulate, they try to pull you into that circle. And a lot of times they stand back because it is fuel for them. It makes them feel like they're empowered when they have people fighting over them. And in order to maintain control in the new situationship that they're in, they're going to make the new supply jealous over you. They may make little comments like, this person looks like my ex-husband, ex-wife, or that's the same thing they used to do. They'll start talking about you. They'll start talking about maybe your hair, your clothing. These are oh yeah, he used to like this, or she used to like this. And you're thinking to yourself, as the new supply, why do they keep bringing this up? Why do they keep bringing this up? Why do they keep bringing this up, or why do they keep, what is the, and you start thinking to yourself, like, do you love them or something? Do you still care about them? And when you see, now you're going with your shana now. Now you're going with an instinct that you have. And remember, when you're dealing with a narcissist, they make you feel like you're crazy. They make you feel like you're crazy. They make you feel like what you're feeling is not true. You're picking up on some things. Something don't set right with you, but they always like to do the gaslighting. They like the crazy making. They like to make you feel like you're stupid or crazy or whatever. And later on, you find out that your instincts, your GPS was right on point. Was right on point. And like I said, when you are in the midst, you know that they're triangulating. What so and so said. I don't care what so and so said. See, you giving off emotions. Well, they do this and do that. Why you can't be like that? Because I'm not them. It's not in my DNA. Let me go over here and look. I had to go over here to look at the comments. I'm sorry, I had to click over to another screen. But you don't want to get, let me look down. Let me look down some more of my notes, okay? Give me just a second. Let me look at my notes. Let me look at my notes. Let's look. Let me look. Let me look. So a narcissist likes to exert their power and control over their victims. And the way that they exert that power and control, like we said, is through triangulation. It's a sense of power and superiority because they're the puppet masters and they're playing this game. Okay, I don't know what happened to my comments. My comments are missing. Hey, just be real, on my chat, on my YouTube and my Facebook, I don't see my chat. I don't know what has happened. Hold on. My chat is missing. Let me look. Hold on. Okay, there we go. There we go. But what was I saying? They like that sense of control. They like that sense of power and superiority. And the thing about it is in a triangulation, that narcissist plays puppet master because he's playing two people against, or she is playing two people against each other, and they don't even know they're being played against each other. They don't even know each other. They don't even know that this narcissist is control of the narrative. And so you're getting information about this individual and you don't even know if this individual even thinks like that. They're having control over the narrative, and this person, you don't even know that old supply and that new supply could end up being best friends. They may have a lot in common, but that narcissist is going to keep up chaos. Another reason why the triangulation goes on, because he or she doesn't want you talking to each other. Because if you two do talk to each other, you're going to find out some things that you didn't know, some similarities, some things that they're doing. You're going to find out some truth. That's not true. That's not what happened. You know, so a triangulation is this nasty game of manipulation to maintain control and keep people on edge. Keep people on edge. That I got to protect myself. I've got to, but you're giving that narcissist fuel. You're giving that narcissist what they're looking for, the energy and the empowerment. Let's see. And they get pleasure out of watching a victim's emotional turmoil and insecurity. So they're watching you go through this turmoil and this insecurity. And it, like I said, it makes them feel empowered because I was able to make you feel that way. Let's see. They deflect blame and responsibility. Remember, when they're telling their narrative, when they are smearing your name, normally it is a projection of themselves. They have take, just like you take upon the words that they're saying, you take upon it, and then you're running around thinking that these are your thoughts when it's actually projected thoughts from a narcissist on you, and you're taking responsibility and accountability for the words that were said. So now you're walking down thinking to yourself, I'm not this, I'm not worthy, I'm not beautiful, I'm not smart, because you've been gaslighted to believe that. You have been trauma bonded to this individual. You have been abused and misused. Abused and misused. And let's see, is there anything else in here? So let's go over for a minute. These are some of the things that you will find. Now, this I got off of a site. So this is I got off of a site. I don't even have the site name here. My apologies. But these are some of the signs and symptoms of triangulation. Constant comparison. They're always talking about, let's see. They usually compare the victim with the third party. And there's always a constant comparison and your shortcomings and your flaws. And they're comparing it. It creates a sense of competition and insecurity. He or she is constantly comparing you against each other. Gaslighting. They may deny or invalidate the victim concerns about the third party's involvement. Why do you keep involving them in our conversation? Why do you keep involving them? That could be even a work relationship. Why do you tell our personal business? I just wanted a person of rationality to be able to make sense of this. And this is what they said. They try to triangulate therapists all the time. And you have this victim who is in the relationship or situationship with the narcissist, and they're asking the question, why do you keep involving other people in our relationship? That is nobody's business but ours. Why are you sharing this information? And why do you make it seem like it's me when you don't tell about your shortcomings or things that you're doing? So they're constantly, but it keeps that victim on edge. So gaslighting, isolation. The narcissist tries to isolate the victim from family and friends, making them dependent solely on the narcissist for validation and support. Intermittent reinforcement. The victim experiences a constant cycle of highs and lows in relationship. That's how you get trauma bonded to that individual. You get trauma bonded, but it also happens. These are some telltale signs. As a narcissist alternates between showering them with affection and withholding it. Low self-esteem. The victim constantly feels inadequate and unworthy of the narcissist's love and attention, as they are led to believe that they never measure up to the third party. So this person is better than me. This person is more beautiful than me. This person is smarter than me. This person is more successful than me, because this is what the narcissist is telling you. Well, what if you guys are on the same level? What if you guys are on the same level? Everybody's not on the same level. And what if you guys are at the same level? Let's see. So that's all I have. That's all I have about the triangulation. I mean, we can do another video later on where I can, I like doing videos later on, but let me open the floor up because I told you I'm not going to be long tonight, but I promised that I was going to be here. Let me see. But let me open it up for some questions. Woo! My light. Uh-oh. Hold on a minute. I had to catch my light. My light just fell right off my table. Give me just a second. Let me get my camera back together. My light fell off of here. Excuse me, y'all. I am so sorry. Let me move my computer around. So let's ask some questions. Let's do some questions. Just be real. Can you give me about? Can you give me about 10 minutes? I told you guys I'm not gonna keep you guys long tonight, because some of you guys wake up and you're with me, and I know it's late. I know it's late, so my apology. Question: It's been 7 years, and now my ex-narcissist found a way to reach out to me, even though I had blocked him. Will it ever stop? If the narcissist finds a supply better than you, and when I say a supply better than you, that doesn't mean that they're better than you. It means they're naive. They're naive. They don't understand what is going on. They don't understand what narcissist is. There, a lot of them, just like yourself. Think about when you were the new supply, and a lot of times, they give them a lot of fuel. They make them feel important. Oh my God, I've never met anybody like you. You're my soulmate. This is wonderful. I've had some bad relationship, but this is the first time. So that's a lot of fuel. And so there may come a time where, you're not going to be bothered by this narcissist. You may be shelved, but in a narcissist's mind, you always belong to them. And so if I ever want to come back to you, I'm going to try as if nothing ever happened. Now, it'll get to a point as you build yourself up and you begin to heal, it won't bother you. So it doesn't, listen, I got a narcissist that reached out, and let me think for a minute. My daughter is 34. So I've been knowing him for over 35, 36 years, and reached out as if me and him just had a conversation yesterday, as if I was still about in my teenage years, as if me and him talk. And it didn't bother me. I just didn't respond. I didn't say anything to him. I think he DM'd me to reach out for what? But the thing about it is I've gone beyond that level where, I've gone beyond where it doesn't bother me. And for many of you, you have to get to a point of healing where it doesn't matter whether they reach out to you or not. It won't bother you. I always say they're going to lick a window and it's not going to bother you. Let them lick the window and it stops bothering you. You just hold a conversation, they lick in the window. Okay, we'll just like one of them dogs, and it won't bother you. But once you give it attention, they know that the door is still open. And so it's your healing. You can't change them. You have to heal. You have to get to a place where it won't bother you. So it doesn't matter how many times. In a narcissist's mind, you always belong to them. Always. It doesn't matter who you get with. You could be 1,000 years old with 500 grandkids. You'd have been married, whatever. In their mind, you still belong to them. It doesn't matter. But the thing about it is that when you begin to heal, it won't bother you. So it doesn't matter whether they reach out or not. It doesn't matter. Let me see. Let me go over to Instagram real quick. Okay. Let me see some questions. Ask me some questions. Let me scroll up a little bit. Jessica said, just got out of the narc's grasp, 16 years. All of this is textbook and on point. Took me a while to wake up, but I'm up now. Hello, everybody. Hey, Jessica. Good job. Yeah. Once you wake up, once you've had enough, you've had enough. You're welcome, Pet Haven. You're welcome. Yeah, they want a reaction. Absolutely. Absolutely. A lot of people say, when is enough enough? It's a coach, a therapist cannot tell you when enough is enough. If you continue to educate yourself, that's why a lot of you, as you continue to educate, you're building your strength up. And as you're building your strength up, it gets to a point where one day you'll wake up and say, enough is enough. Some people hold on to materialistic things. I've never had a house. I've never had a car. I've never had money in the bank. I've never had beautiful jewelry. I've never had, signature purses or shoes or whatever. But you'll wake up one day and you'll realize it don't even matter. Because all that material stuff, that has nothing to do with your emotional health and being abused. And one day, not everybody, but one day you wake up. Now, some people like to hold on to that material thing. So I'm just going to stay. It doesn't matter because this is what I want. I want this life. Okay, touche. Do you, boo-boo. But there are people that wake up to say, you know what? I'm tired. You don't need any of us to tell you that, because if you are educating yourself, you'll get up and say, I'm tired. I'm done. And when you get to that point where I'm tired and I'm done, this is one thing that I have learned. Women, I learned this from listening to Bishop T.D. Jakes. He said this one time. He said, men grieve hard, but they grieve short. He said, that's why a lot of times you'll see a man, he'll grieve really, really hard, grieve really short, and then he got another woman. Women, we grieve long and we grieve hard. But once we have grieved long and hard, once we're done, ladies, we're done. And so even in a situationship, you can go through so much until one day you finally wake up and say, enough is enough. The sad part about it is you look back and say, I've wasted so much time. I shouldn't have wasted so much time. I wasted too much time. And you realize how much time you wasted. And it becomes hard when you go through that healing process, because a lot of times you're beating your own self up because I couldn't let go and I wasted so much of my time. And some of you get to the point where I'm too old. I'm too old to do this. I'm too old to meet a new person. I'm too old. You're never too old for anything. You're never too old for anything. It's better to wait long than to marry wrong. Take your time and heal. Don't worry about how long is it going to take for me to heal. Take your time. You have been through too much for you not to take your time. Take your time and heal. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Hold on a minute. I have to reload the page again. So my apologies. So it's going to take a minute. Hopefully the comments will come back up. Takes a minute. Let's see. Hello, Mad Cater Mama and Leora. Hi, Leora and Crystal. And Renee said, he tells me, don't let people control your emotion. Y'all like him. Yep. Women together. Hi, Kiana. And China. Let's see. Is it Ihu? Molly. Hello. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Let's see. Got 4 minutes? Okay. Is there a way we can get these narcissists to leave us alone permanently, or is it impossible for them to do so? The thing is that, hey, Tita, there go my sister. Hey, girl. The thing about a narcissist is this: you have to make yourself boring. You can't, unless they're doing something to harm you, then you're going to have to get police involvement. If it means no contact, if it means police involvement, whatever you have to do to protect yourself. If they're not doing anything to harm you, then really it's a matter of you healing. Because when you stop caring and they're not getting any fuel from you, if they're not getting any ego boost or fuel from you, after a while, it'll get to a point where you don't care. And then you can cause narcissistic injuries. And a narcissist does not like narcissistic injuries. They're not going to keep pursuing you if they're going to get injured. And when I say injured, ladies and gentlemen, that doesn't mean I'm going to say all this and I'm going to tear them down and I'm going to do this. No, because you're adding to the fuel. When you give them attention like that, you're adding to the fuel, and they'll keep doing it so they can get the negative fuel from you. So they don't mind positive or negative reactions, but they want a reaction from you. And so when you stop reacting and you just focus on yourself, it doesn't matter how many times they contact you. You gray rock. You don't respond back. Now, unless you have children, and many people have children, you have to learn how to parallel parent. And you have to gray rock, because it is a transaction now. You don't get into these chit chat conversation. Well, I do it for the kids. I make sure we're cordial. I know how to be cordial and pleasant without giving out too much information. Hey, how you doing? How everything been doing? I'm fine. Thank you so much. You don't have to say, I'm fine. Thank you. How are you? You're opening up the door for conversation. And a lot of things you do out of habit. And so now you have to think before you speak. You have to live intentional. Matter of fact, my big sister, my life is intentional. But you have to live and you have to speak intentionally. You have to think before you speak. So when they say, hey, how you doing? I just want to check on you, see how everything was doing. I'm fine. Thank you. Thank you. That's it. Not I'm fine. Thank you. How are you? You just opened up a door. So you have to really rethink how you communicate with these individuals. That takes time. That doesn't happen all of a sudden, because there's certain ways that we have been programmed and trained in general. If I say, hey, girl, how you doing? You like, fine. Thank you. How you? I'm doing good, girl. All right. High five. That is a common thing. But now you have to be careful when you're dealing with certain people, and especially if I'm fine. Thank you so much. You know, and keep it moving. When you're dealing with a narcissist, keep it moving. But some of you guys, well, I'm just trying to be cordial. I'm cordial, but we ain't gonna get no ha ha kiki conversation all the time. Yeah, she said, amen, sister. Think before you speak. Absolutely. You say you love me some me. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's a unique, one of a kind wolf. Thank you. I appreciate you. Angel said, I have a crush on Tita now. You got a crush on my sister? That is my biological sister. Tita B is my biological sister. Y'all leave her alone. She's married. She's married to my brother in love. How do you heal from an adult child taking their own life? That is not my platform at this particular time. So I can't respond to that at this particular time. That is not my discussion at this time. My condolences to you, though. My condolences. And I highly recommend you go find therapy. You can go to betterhelp.com/Dr. Carmen, and they'll give you a 10% discount for using that is a sponsored link. They'll give you a 10% discount for using that link. Or if you have insurance, you can go to Psychology Today and look for a therapist in your area. But that is not an area that I'm speaking on right now, nor is that an area that is more of a therapeutic place. Now, even though I'm a therapist, I'm not your therapist. So that's not, I don't give out advice or any type of therapeutic advice, because this is for educational purposes only. And so that would be unethical for me to do that. Um, so what do you do? Block all fake accounts that make to keep sending messages. Block over 8 so far. Yeah, sometimes that's what you got to do. Unfortunately, yeah, because that's how they are. Uh, you're the best. Watching you 6 years ago, leave a narcissist ex. Thank you, sister. I'm so much better without him. Yes, Jen, that's what I'm talking about. How do you deal with them if they're pregnant currently? Well, they're pregnant, so is this the significant person or the person that you got pregnant? Then you got some responsibilities. You need to make sure it's on paper. Go find some legal advice. You can go to Judge Anthony Bompiani, get you some advice on paperwork that you may want to do when it comes. You may want to do that now. Get a parenting plan. Think about the parenting plan. Get some legal advice on visitations and stuff like that because they're going to use that baby against you. I can tell you that right now. If they're narcissists, they're going to use that baby against you. So be prepared. Um, my mom's name is Carmen. She must be a fabulous lady. Um, does the narc have a better understanding of you when they seem like they change their behavior? No. A narcissist is a narcissist is a narcissist. They don't have no understanding. They're like creatures of habit. And their whole thing is me. Has nothing to do with you. They don't understand you, don't care about you. They understand your it's like they check into your algorithms. They see the things that you do and they adjust their game plan to how you are adjusting yourself. They're like a chameleon. They're like, go watch the movie The Predator. That is a description of what a narcissist is like. You're welcome, Dolores. Let me see. I haven't been with a narcissist, but I'm learning what to look out for. Good, Janine. This give you some. You'd be surprised. Even though you think you may not have dated a narcissist, I guarantee you, you have met a narcissist. You have met a narcissist because narcissists are out there. So you have met a narcissist. You probably didn't realize it, but you have been around and been with a narcissist. Matter of fact, there's some childhood friends that I have that I didn't realize were narcissists. That it just come to my realization this year that they were narcissists and been knowing them since childhood. Let me see. How do you deal with a female narcissist third party who unapologetically keeps inserting herself in your marriage? Well, it's up to the other person to set up boundaries. I mean, you can't go out there and fight everybody, but if you are in a marriage, it is your responsibility to make sure you put boundaries up when it comes to men and women that are approaching you, the same as your spouse. It is their responsibility, not yours. It is their responsibility to put up boundaries to make sure that this third party knows their place. Your marriage is a sacred thing. And so this is a discussion you have with the spouse. It doesn't make any sense to go out there and fight the third party because she's only doing what the spouse is allowing them to do. Yes. How do you deal with a narcissist who's the mother of your children and emotionally abuses your children while in their home? Deontay, I don't know what state you're in. I can't give you legal advice, but that would be something you may want to discuss with a legal professional. One of the things I recommend you to do, you can go to, is Judge Anthony Bompiani. He's a retired he's a retired judge and family lawyer, and he understands narcissist abuse and narcissism. He can't give you legal advice, but he can advise you on what paperwork to file. I highly recommend go look him up as Judge Anthony. Just be real. If you could put that, let me see where you at. Deontay, you are on Facebook. Just be real. I don't. If you can go to my Facebook, Deontay Davis. If you can just post it in the comments section, just put Anthony Bompiani, or hopefully he can see it on Restream if you put it on Restream. But if you put Judge Anthony Bompiani and Deontay, I would highly advise go and look at some of his training, and then he also makes it affordable to get services through him, where he can advise. Because sometimes it's cheaper to go through him than it is to get a lawyer, and he can advise you as a paperwork to file. But I would highly recommend paperwork. And if they're being emotionally abused, I don't know who has custody of the child. One of the things that I would recommend is to get them to counseling, because counselors, therapists are also mandated reporters. And so whatever is said, and I don't know how old they are. I know here in the state of Washington, if your child is under the age of 13, you still have access to their records. But 13 and older, the parent no longer has access to their paperwork, so you can't get their paperwork. But if they're being abused, I highly recommend finding legal assistance for that. All right, let's see. I don't have my glasses on, but I'm reading. I'm reading. Um, Deontay, is it Deontay? I'm sorry. Please forgive me if I messed it. Deontay, she just posted the link to Judge Anthony Bompiani on Facebook. Look for Charlie Felton. She just posted the link to Anthony Bompiani, Judge Anthony Bompiani. If you click on that link, then you'll be able to go to his page. Amy, if she just posted it, a link to Judge Anthony Bompiani's page, so you can go and look. Okay. Okay, let me go over here and look on Instagram. We got any questions? Let's see. Renee said they brainwashed my son against me. He doesn't remember how they treated him when I raised him alone. Got taken away when we were on David Letterman's show, and he said, "Sounds like a kidnapping." And okay, I'm not sure what the question was, but okay. Um, and Deontay, please let us know how it goes. We would love to hear back from you to see how it goes. Okay, and I'm wishing you the best because I say all the time, even though I'm a woman and I do talk a lot about women experiences, one thing that I always say is that we in this tribe, we know for a fact that men get abused too. And the sad part about it is that sometimes you're having to watch it and you can't really explain it because people are looking at you like you're a man. What do you mean you're being abused? What about your children being abused? A lot of times they don't listen to men, but we know that you guys go through it too, and that not every man is a narcissist. Even though the percentage is high for males being a narcissist, do know that we're here in your court and we're here to support you. I wish I could do more, but I really can't. Ethically, I can't. I can just refer you over to people that are working in that field. But please keep us informed and let us know, what happens and how it goes. Okay. Steven said, then if I can't see their paperwork, then I expect the child to pay for their own medical insurance. A lot of parents say that, but unfortunately, uh, I can't speak for every state, but here in the state of Washington, if they are 13 years old, they fall under the HIPAA laws. And so I don't see children anymore, but when I did, if they're 13 years or older, the HIPAA laws, Privacy Act laws, covers them when the parent does not have access to their medical files. That means they can get birth control. I mean, all sorts of stuff they can do, you know. I mean, well, birth control obviously you may want them if they're sexually active, but there's a lot of things that they can do, and they're not allowed to tell you, even though we're paying for the insurance. Absolutely. Let's see. Renee, you would have to seek legal advice. You would have to seek legal advice. I can't advise you on that. You would have to find legal advice. And once again, as Judge Anthony Bompiani, um, is just be real. If you can post that on I'm not sure if you're on my Instagram, but it is posted. You should be able to see it on my Facebook. If you go to Facebook and look, she posted Judge Anthony Bompiani's link. But you would have to get legal advice. I'm not able to provide you with legal advice. That's something that you need legal advice in. Well, all right, y'all. So listen up. I have a conference coming up July 27th in Atlanta, Georgia. I have pre registration already starting. I have general session, I have VIP, and if you prefer to do it online, you can go purchase Zoom. And for Zoom, you get the general session. So those of you that pay for VIP, you're in general session and VIP. General session is from 8 to 5 p.m. and then from 7 to 12 will be VIP. VIP will be a white formal event with dinner served. You're going to have dinner served. The guests that I have, if you look at my flyer, you should see my flyer on my Facebook. It's myself, a good friend of mine, Bridget Griffin, who is a domestic violence advocate, and she's also a part of the Victims First program, which is, when you have victims that have gotten court cases, have been put in prison for protecting themselves, or they've gotten charges against them, because, when you have a narcissist that goes to court, they're going to come up with all sorts of frivolous court claims and abuse and whatever. They get all sort. And what she does is she advocates for those victims who are victims and gets them assistance to get them out of the trouble that they're in. They're in trouble, so they get them out of the trouble that they're in. And I also have my sister Demetria Fields, Tasha Fields, who's a millennial, powerful. She's one of the pastors in the church. Sometimes she has to remind me that she is younger than me because she's got an old soul. But she's a powerful young lady, and you can find her on Natasha's Touch. If you go to TikTok, you can find her on Natasha's Touch. And then you have my big sister, Kathy Gibson, Bishop Kathy Gibson. My Life is Intentional. She's got some books out, y'all. Listen, she got some books out. One is The Essence of the Aristocratic Woman. The next one is The Indelible Woman. She's got a book out right now. It's called Milk and Honey. Milk and Honey. Yeah, Milk and Honey. And make sure you look for Kathy Gibson, who's the author on that, because I think they have some other books out. But listen, this lady right here, my big sister, this lady right here, powerful. And the thing that she does is she really works on the esteem of women, builds up your esteem, lets you know how relevant and important you are. And then, of course, you got my mother, Apostle Helen Sadler, your destiny helper. We're all going to be there. We're going to have guests, Tasha Leland, Telsha with the T on MPD. These people are going to be my guests for the conference, and you will see them there, and you will also see them in VIP. In VIP, we're doing a roundtable talk. This is an opportunity where we get to hear you. We get to talk to you. We get to have a discussion about narcissist abuse. And this year, we're talking about breaking trauma. I talked about the neurological effects of trauma in the body. And so this is one of the topics of discussion, but we're going to have topics of discussion dealing with the trauma, generational trauma, breaking this. Some of you guys, we have to break out of this trauma because this is trauma that has been going through your family for years and years and years and years. And this is it. This is it. We don't need to go through this anymore. So those of you that pay for VIP, you're going to be in general session from 8 to 5, and then you'll be from 7 to 12. You'll be in the VIP. We're going to be an all-white formal event. If you want to wear your crowns, honey, wear your crowns. And we're going to have dinner that night. We're going to have lunch somewhere in the hotel. We're going to dismiss and have lunch, but you don't want to miss this. This is a lot of times you see us on social media. That's one thing, but when you get to meet us in person, that's totally different. Bring your books if you want your book signed. We're going to try to make sure that we bring some books so we can get you to sell some books while we're there. But we want you to be there with us. And if you can't be there, you can always be there on Zoom. You can come on Zoom. Now, for those of you, it's overcoming narcissistabuse.ticketleap.com. If you want to go ahead and you can even purchase groups. You get a discount if you come in a group of 5. So you get a discount for a group of 5. And so you go ahead and get the prices locked in now. Now, some of you want to make payments. If you email me at drcarmenbryant@outlook.com, I will send you an invoice. And in the invoice, you can make payments on that invoice. There'll be a cutoff date for you to complete that payoff, because remember, I got to pay the hotel, I got to get a head count for the food and everything, and so there will be a cutoff. Please do not come to the door to try to get you a ticket, because we're not going to sell any tickets at the door especially for VIP, because I need a head count. You may be able to do it for general, but I wouldn't push it because it may be full and I may not be able to get you in there. So if you need to make payment arrangements and you would like an invoice sent to you, then email me, Dr. Carmen Bryant, Dr. Carmen Bryant, all one word, at outlook.com. And you tell me which one you want to purchase, and I will send you an invoice, and you can make payments on that invoice. Now, some of the things they changed up on PayPal, because I do send a professional PayPal link invoice. At one point in time, we were able to put on there, make payments. Now I think you can just make the payments. Don't give us a choice, but you can make payments on there. You don't have to pay the full price. You can make payments on there until you pay that off. So there's no excuse. You got to be there. Now we also have a conference coming up. Apostle Helen Sadler, your Destiny Helper, has a conference coming up from the 9th to the 11th in Dallas, Texas. Now, I'm gonna be in Atlanta, Georgia. Mine is a conference dealing with trauma and narcissist abuse. Her conference, you're dealing with business, you're dealing with family. Is ministerial, but this is not just ministry. This goes beyond ministry. This goes into your life. This is the year of the domineers. Each process leads to freedom. This is the year of the domineers, dominating your businesses, dominating family, dominating education. And we're giving you some answers. In order for you to progress, and you can go we'll have registration open here shortly. In order to I got to reload my page, sorry about that. But we'll have registration open here shortly. I'm gonna make sure we talk to the business development. We're going to have the link prepared so you can go ahead and pay for the Zoom if you cannot be there for the Zoom. But it's from the 9th to the 11th. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday is conference, 3-day conference. You're going to be provided with lunch. And then that Monday, if you stay to that Monday, we're going to go to the perfumery. Now, the perfumery, and I think it only can accommodate 20 people. So everybody won't be able to go to this. But this perfumery, professional perfumery, will put you get to choose your fragrance, and they create your personalized fragrance. No one has this fragrance. It's your personalized fragrance. And they keep it on file. So whenever you call back down there, they get your personalized fragrance. Those of you that are entrepreneurs, and this is what this whole thing is about. Those of you that are entrepreneurs, when you put your fragrance on file, you can actually market that fragrance. You can market that fragrance and sell your perfume. That's your particular fragrance. How do you think the stars making money? Coming up with their own fragrance. You come up with your own fragrance, you can sell it. But that will be on the 12th. So the 9th to the 11th is the conference, and then the 12th, we're going to all go to this perfumery so that we can create our own fragrances. And those of you that are entrepreneur mindset, create your fragrance and sell it. You create your own fragrance and you sell it. Okay, let me reload the page again. So let's see here. You know what? I don't know hopefully when they click it, just be real, when they click it, they'll be able to click it because I can actually click it and I think it'll come up on another screen, but I don't want to chance it because I might just cut the whole program off. So hopefully it comes up. Let's see. So, any more questions? But I do want you guys at these conferences, especially I want you to come to Atlanta. Come join me in Atlanta. I'd love to see you guys in Atlanta. Let's look. Any more questions? All right. So now I got to wait. I'm sorry. I know I'm done talking, but I'm waiting because my restream is resetting itself. So it's resetting the comments. I have to wait for the comments to come up so I can look at the last comments and say goodnight to everybody. But I really appreciate you guys supporting me. And remember, I have a hold on. I'm having a block party over here. But I am starting a coaching, a certified coaching training academy, an institute. Those of you, good night, sis. Love you. But I'm starting a certified coaching institute so that you can get certified in coaching. And for most of you, you're thinking to yourself, well, I don't want to be a narcissist abuse recovery coach or a coach or whatever. Some of you guys, that's not your interest. Some of you guys are interested in business, health. A lot of you have there's so much in you. And some of you just don't know how to start coaching, because it is a business. And I'm going to help you do the business, but also help you in doing the coaching. Now, your topic of interest is your topic of interest. Business coaching, executive coaching, health coaching, a lot of spiritual coaching. You guys have some really great ideas. And so, with this institute, I'm going to help you become certified. I'm going to certify you. I'm going to educate you. It's probably going to be about six to 12 weeks, but I'm going to educate you on the process of starting your business, starting your business and starting your coaching business. And later on, I'm going to do some niches. So some of you guys are interested in doing, trauma informed coaching or narcissist abuse recovery coaching. You got to think there are people that have gone through narcissist abuse. So it's not just one little tiny thing like I want to be a narcissist abuse recovery coach. What are you going to offer people? Because they've been through all sorts of things. They've been through financial abuse. Some of them are looking for housing, education. Some of them, there are a lot of things that people are looking for when it comes to narcissist abuse recovery or domestic violence recovery. You have to be able to get resources for them and help them and process. These are all the things I'm going to teach you when it comes to coaching. I will come up. I will add some niches on there: transformational coaching, probably narcissist abuse coaching, trauma informed. And I'm gonna make sure that you guys are trained, and not only trained. When you're going out there into the world to do coaching for people, people are looking for people that know what they're doing. There's so many people that call themselves coaches, and they're not. They're not really coaching. That's not what they're doing. Some of them are very unprofessional. And I'm not speaking about everybody. Some of them are very unprofessional. They're unprofessional when it comes to their coaching. They're not coaching. They're complaining and they're letting you complain. And they're not coming up with a resolution. It needs to be something to get people through what it is, whether it's building a business, whether it's technology. A lot of coaches need assistance when it comes to technology. A lot of you guys are techies. You'd be surprised. A lot of people need a coach to help them with college, college entry and all. You guys, some of you guys are brilliant. Some of you guys have so much information. I'm not saying quit your job, but what I'm telling you is that you may have more to offer than that area in which you're operating in. And this is not a time just to jump out of your job, but I'm going to talk about that when it comes to the coaching institute. I'm going to talk about that in detail. And so I want you to you guys look for it because I'm still working on it. I thought, forgive me for thinking this way, but I thought that you can put it together real fast. But when you have information and when you're putting together a first class, a very first class program, it takes time and it takes energy. That's why it's taking me so long to do it. But I'm working on it. You guys give me some grace because I'm working on a whole bunch of other stuff at the same time while I'm working on that. So y'all give me some grace, but I want to make sure that you guys get top-notch training because when you go out there and you start building your businesses and you start coaching, the money starts coming in, you're helping these people. At least you know that you had first-class training and certification when it came to becoming a coach. And that's what I'm going to offer to you, okay? Let's see. Um, Renee, there's a possibility. Number one, the your computer might be off, or number two, Renee, you may need some counseling. I encourage you and I challenge you to go find yourself a therapist. If you have insurance, go look at Psychology Today and go find a therapist in your local area. In your local area, if you can pay, you can go to betterhelp.com/Dr. Carmen. If you use my link, they will give you because it's a sponsored link. If you use my link, they'll give you a 10% discount. I won't be your therapist, but they'll give you a 10% discount. And you can find yourself a therapist. I highly recommend you go get a therapist. You need a therapist. And you go get a therapist, okay? Let's see. I had to wait for the comments to reset themselves, so I apologize. Okay. So the comments are coming through. All righty. Okay. Well, thank you, Elijah. I really appreciate you. And when the institute is open and I'm ready to to do well, it's going to be pre-recorded training, and then what I will probably do is at each week I would get together with the people that are going through the course in order to go over the course, and then there will be I'm going to set it up where you can go through the course online. You can go through the course online, or if you can't do it online all at one time, you'd be broken down in increments. You can pay for it in increments. Or number three, there's ever so often throughout the year, I would do live training where we are in class together on a daily basis. So um, I will let you guys know when that comes out. And I really, some of you guys are brilliant. Some of you guys are very intelligent. Some of you guys have been doing something. You're ready to do something different. They're even therapists. They're ready to come out of therapy and do coaching. Trust you me, sometimes for us, sometimes coaching is better than therapy, because we do have to find good night, Miss Diane. A lot of times, it's just coaching gives you more freedom, and a lot of you guys, some of you guys work in the banking system, some of you guys work in the tech system. I mean, in the technology. Some of you guys work in security. Some of you guys work in computer securities. Some of you guys want to be executive coaches to help business CEOs and presidents come up with strategic plans for their companies and stuff. Some of you guys are just that brilliant, and you can make more money doing that. And then a lot of people are wanting to do, one-on-one coaching. Sometimes one-on-one coaching is not where the finances are at. Sometimes it's the group coaching and selling a plan, marketing a plan. The education system never runs out of money. So some of you guys have some really great plans. Some of you guys are saying, hey, we need to teach this into schools. Some of you guys have the ideas how to teach it to schools, and you can sell it as a project. You can sell it as an entire plan project, and you can propose this to the Department of Education in your city, in your town. So you would be surprised at how much money you guys can make. It's inside of you. And sometimes a person has to tap in you to show you what your skills are. And then you'll be like, oh my God, you mean to tell me I could have been doing this all this time? Absolutely. Absolutely. And not working so hard. You know what I mean? Renee, I'm ex-military. I'm retired military. My voice is always deep. My voice is always deep. But you really need to get into some therapy. You really do. You didn't upset me. I just realized you need to get into some therapy really bad. You need to get in some therapy. And I'm not saying that to be funny. I'm not saying that to hurt your feeling. I'm just letting you know. I think you need to get into some therapy. You need to get in some therapy. My voice is always deep. Um, all right. Thank you so much, Pet Haven. I appreciate you. I'm under the assumption that you really like pets too. I'm under the assumption you really like pets. That'd be a great cool. Oh boy, Elijah. I'm sorry, it's my main man, Elijah. But Pet Haven, I'm under the impression you really like pets too. Great profession. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. A lot of you got a lot of information inside of you, years of experience. I mean, even Elijah, think about it. We being in the military, think about how you set up programs. Think about how we used to do training in the military. I mean, it's so easy. If you were in the military, it's too easy to be a coach, because now what we call, remember back in the day in the army, we used to call it personal professional is personal for personal professional financial counseling. We used to call it counseling the soldiers. Well, now they don't call it counseling anymore. They do, but they don't. But it's coaching. So all this time, Elijah, we've been doing this in the military all along. We've been coaching soldiers our entire career. And so if you were in the military, ain't no way you don't know how to coach. We've been doing it forever. We've been doing it in the military. And I said, I cannot believe this. We've been coaching all along. Why are we not coaching now? You'd be surprised. And the training that we received on how to do training, we learned how to do training. We know how to do training. So why are we not doing coaching? All right, y'all. I'm done talking. I'm done talking. I'm done talking. I'm talking. I'm done talking. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Yes, I love them more because of the income. Now, see, I'm assuming that you probably have you either work in it, second nature. See, too easy. You tell her, teach me how to tie a shoe. Step one, step two, step three. We can do all training all day long. I can do training in my sleep because of the training that we got. Too easy. But listen, I'm gonna let you guys go. Yes, I love them more because of the unconditional love. You'd be surprised at what you can do as a coach. You know, unless you have your own business. Don't let me take you out of my business. I mean, out of your business, out of my business, out of your business. But listen, thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate you guys. I really do. Thank you for staying up so late and being with me. I really appreciate your dedication. I appreciate your love toward me and for my program and the things we talk about. Make sure you go check out Telsha with the T on MPD. Check out Cluster Be Free. Karen, go check out Apostle Helen Sadler, your destiny helper, my big sister. I'm trying to get her to go ahead and start hers. She's starting slowly. She's starting slowly. She a bad mama jamma. Shut your mouth. She a bad mama jamma. But as soon as we gonna, I'm gonna have to call her and let her know she needs to go ahead and start her channel because she's bad. She's a bad girl. Bad meaning good, not good meaning bad. But follow them and listen on Monday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is remember add 2 hours for Central Standard Time and 3 hours for Eastern Standard Time. My little sister, her name is Victoria Sadler, and the Quantum U on Clubhouse at 6 o'clock. Just if you find me, you'll find me on her channel at 6 o'clock. And please join her. Then on Tuesdays at 7:45 a.m. All those people's names that I said, Cluster Be Free, Tasha Leland, Confessions of a Christian Girl, Telsha with the T on MPD, all of us on Apostle Helen Sadler, Your Destiny Helpers platform. Shirley, who is on here, Cluster Be Free. All of us are on her platform on Tuesdays at 7:45. Remember, add 2 hours for Central Standard Time, Eastern Standard Time, 3 hours. But come on Clubhouse. And we're on Clubhouse. And we're talking about all sorts of stuff. And when we talk about all sorts of stuff, it's in depth. It's deep. We talk about some deep stuff. So please, please join us. Okay. Please join us. I'm telling you, you will not regret it. Join us. Thank you. Maybe you can interview her as well. Interview who? Who am I interviewing? Thank you so much, Miss Sherry. Thank you so much. Thank you, Francesca. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And you guys have a good night as well. You guys have a awesome night. Thank you so much for joining me. I have to keep resetting. Anytime I block someone, I have to reset the chat. So it takes a few minutes to. The only reason why I haven't gotten off, just be real, she's my moderator and she like to throw clocks. The only reason why I haven't gotten off is because every time I block someone, it resets it. I have to reset it, and then I have to the conversations reset itself. So it takes a few minutes for it to filter back through. So that's the only reason why I'm still sitting here because I keep having to reset the chat. So please forgive me. And make sure you guys go check out Bishop Kathy Gibson's books. It's The Essence of the Aristocratic Woman. It's The Indelible Woman. And the one that's out now, she just released, is called Milk and Honey. Let me see. I'm going to show you what the book looks like. It's so pretty. So let's, hold on just a minute. Milk and Honey. Kathy. Make sure you look at Kathy Gibson. Kathy Gibson. Hold on. Milk and Honey. Okay, hold on. Got to find. Hold on. Give me a minute. I'm gonna show you the book while I'm waiting for the. No, I respect you. Just be real. I respect you because you be trying to make me go to sleep, and I appreciate you. Trust me. Let's see. Milk and Honey. Honey. Kathy Gibson. Let me show y'all the book. Listen, this right here, if you listen to this, you too can be a millionaire. Bam. This is her newest book right here, Milk and Honey. So you guys make sure you go get her book. It's called Milk and Honey. It's by Kathy. Hold on. It's Kathy Gibson. Yes, Kathy Gibson. I thought she put her middle initial on there, but it's Kathy, is Milk and Honey, Kathy Gibson. Those of you that are Entrepreneurs, those of you that are building yourself, milk and honey. And then, let me see, you want to get The Essence of the Aristocratic Woman, Kathy Gibson. Let's see if all her books show up. Gibson. Yes. Then this is what this book looks like. It's The Essence of the Aristocratic Woman. Then you want to get The Indelible Woman. The Indelible Woman. So those of you that are missing it, just go back and rewind and pause it when I do it, okay? Just pause it. And then the first book that she wrote, it was called Destiny Man, Qualities to Look For. So just put Kathy Gibson. If you put Kathy Gibson in the search engine on Amazon, all her books are going to show up. See, all her books are going to show up. This one right here is her first one. That's her second one, third one, recent one. So you guys make sure you go put Kathy Gibson in Amazon, and all her books are going to pop up. All her books are going to pop up. All right, y'all. I'm going to go for real. So I hope you guys have a great evening. Thank you so much for being here with me. I love you guys, and go be great. Good night.